Felicity from GetYourRockOut here with Sam from Chevelle. How are you doing?
I'm on fire.
Fantastic. And of course we're here at Download. It's been an amazing day. Have you guys had a good day so far?
Yeah, it's a really good festival. It's giant. Yeah. Yeah, it's really giant. We don't have as many of these big festivals. We're getting more of them now in the U.S., but not quite this size. More like 60, 70,000 at the most. Yeah.
And have you had a chance to do much today?
No, we got in last night kind of late and got in this early today, so we haven't been able to do much. In fact, this whole trip has been, ooh, that was a good whistle. This whole trip has been really fast and totally busy, but that's okay.
So how was the set today?
It was good. You know, we were really here to let people know that we're coming back in October, November, doing our headline shows, and that I think it served its purpose because we were able to tell people that we were playing Download. And we have a kind of a stupid story. 11 years ago, we were supposed to play Download in 2003, and they kicked us off our flight before we got on it, and they never told us until we tried to get on our plane. So we missed our show, and so it's been 11 years, and we finally came back, and it was good.
Why did they kick you off? What happened?
I think they just changed planes, and they just happened to kick all of our seats off because there was a bunch of soccer players that needed to be there, and you know, it happens.
That's terrible.
Pretty lame. Yeah. Very small.
However, in Russia, there was a story of an airline who had overbooked a flight, and instead of it kind of allocating on a first come first serve basis, they basically said to people, "Okay, you can run around the plane, and the first ones back get the seats."
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. My parents do a lot of work abroad, and it was one of their very, very good friends, and so everybody just set off. They legged it. They absolutely legged it.
Wow. There used to be an airline in the U.S. where whoever was first in line got to pick their seat.
Seriously?
Yeah, and it's how it went. And so you'd have people lining up like 3 hours before their flight. It was ridiculous.
Mad.
Yeah.
Mad. I guess it adds some like excitement to the journey there, you know? It's like begins the holiday early with a good bit of competition.
Gambling, and they should, I mean, they could have gambling on the plane. That would add some excitement.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Chocolate fountains, they would.
I mean, just something. A wild animal.
Yeah, like whoever manages to tame the bull wins like free flights for the next year.
Exactly.
Right, that would be great. I think you should start like an adventure airline, like Chevelle's Adventure Airlines. I think that could work well.
Yeah, they could also do, you know, the thing where they go up and down and they give you all that. So the weightlessness, that would be amazing.
That really would, actually. No, that really would. Yeah. No, I've always wanted to try that. That does sound.
I know, but
cool.
I would think they'd get a lot of pukers.
Quite possibly, actually, yeah, and that's not very appealing.
I for sure would throw up.
I think that I would be the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think that I wouldn't, but I think when it got to it, you'd kind of fear for your life that much that...
You would.
Yeah.
I will.
So anyway, you guys, I mean, you're looking at your history, it's been really fascinating, because you were billed for so long as a Christian rock band.
Really? Yeah. Well, we had there was an independent record company, and they were owned by a company that owned a Christian, and that's how we got into that. But there's worse things to be called than that.
I mean, did you find that kind of difficult? Did you find that it was so it didn't really tend to affect anything
Didn't affect anything ever, no.
And you've never thought of yourselves as kind of a religious band?
No, it's never really come up. I mean, it's come up in interviews, but I don't think that, you know, we never played churches and things like that, so it was never really a problem. I don't know what, like if you were a satanic band, would that come up as often, or if you were a Jewish band, would it come up as often?
I really don't
think
know.
there's like a satanic music industry or a Jewish music industry for that matter.
No, that's true, but there is a huge Christian music industry.
So that's really where it comes in. But it doesn't matter. I mean, like I said, there's worse things to be called, and we've always just been a band, and we try to keep politics and religion for the most part out of our music and just more write about what's going on around us. Yeah.
And, I mean, is that a conscious decision? I mean, do you think that kind of politics and religion don't really have a place in music, or is it just how your songwriting's naturally progressed?
Oh, I definitely think politics and religion has a place in music, just not necessarily with us. And the way Pete writes, what he likes to write about is things around him. He doesn't like to write about relationships and girls and necessarily, you know, just common things that everyone writes about. In the same way, he doesn't really like to rhyme either because it's easy. You know, a first grader can rhyme a whole sentence. So to not rhyme and things like that make it a little more challenging. Yeah.
Fantastic. And I mean, it's great to see you guys kind of back on these shores again. And you are, as you said, you're going to be touring properly later in the year.
Yes.
And so, I mean, what kind of a reaction have you had since all that's been announced?
It's been fantastic. I think the shows are going to sell out really fast, and we're going to probably have to move to bigger venues, which is good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
congratulations. That's amazing.
I hope so. We'll see. They just went on sale today. Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
And I'm guessing that you must be quite excited about coming back.
I am. I'm really excited. We have, we've been doing sold-out tours in the U.S. now. We have a 10-week tour that we're about to start in 5 days in the U.S., actually 12 weeks. And then after that, we have a couple of weeks off, and then we come back to Europe. So we have a really good, fun schedule. And it's being able to tour Europe is more fun when you're in a bus and you can play your own shows. When you're playing festivals, you're flying around, and it's a lot more stressful and stuff. So we're looking forward to just sort of falling asleep overnight. Yeah.
No, that will be brilliant. So great. And I mean, you guys have got an enormous presence in the States compared to over here. I think it's markedly different. Is one of your focuses over the next few years going to be to build up your UK fan base and your European fan base a lot more?
Yes, absolutely. And the reason that we haven't is because we haven't had the support from any European label. And we've been with Sony for a long time with Epic Records in the U.S., and Epic Records in the U.S. has actually supported us a little bit coming here. They haven't given us any money, so it's very expensive for us to come here. We have to pay it out of our pocket. And so really we just saved up and said we're getting back there to do it again, and hopefully coming back a few times we'll be able to support ourselves here and then be able to come back and do more.
And I mean, it kind of, the next few years or so, what have you got planned? I mean, have you got like a kind of long-term plan, or are you basically taking things as they come?
We're really going to take them as they come. I mean, our plans are to write music, make music, and keep touring, but we'll see how the market turns out. We've got some really fantastic markets that we've been to that we didn't know were great. Like we went to South Africa and did a 6,000 and 9,000 seater sold out, and we didn't even know that the market was that good for us. And so there are such good shows that we want to go back there and keep going back. So opening up other markets like that is really the thing to do. I mean, we're in the U.S. and we've never even played Mexico. So, yeah.
Wow. And so does that mean that you'll be focusing on the US less over the coming years? Or are you still going to try and kind of keep going there too?
The long answer is that the U.S. is a complicated touring market now, whereas bands used to be able to go play markets 2, 3, 4 times per record cycle. You can't really do that anymore because the pie is the same size, but it's cut into more slices. So there's a lot more competition and things. So that's part of it. But also, it's also about making it exclusive and big. So just going back to a market once or twice on a cycle, it's better. I think it's more exclusive. People like that sort of feeling. And then it can be bigger shows with more lights and more, debacle.
Well, that's what we like to hear.
We like the debacle.
Well, brilliant. Thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat today. It has been a massive pleasure. And I'm sure we're going to see you back here in a couple of months' time.
Yeah.
So brilliant.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.